Joining us now on the phone for his take on these new developments in the Clinton email scandals, Republican Representative Louis Gohmert. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Certainly.
What are your thoughts on the events of the day?
Well, I'm not really surprised when you look at the allegations of corruptions aimed at the FBI for their conclusion and the complete refusal to get into the massive amount of evidence that continues to accumulate, showing that not only was there evidence of crimes being committed, but also there was plenty of evidence of intent. And so if you put yourself in Comey's position and you see all of the people who started investigating Comey, you see the massive allegations of unjust enrichment to family members since he's been in charge of the FBI. You see the deputy director and the links now today. It comes out that actually Hillary raised the $500,000 that was given to the deputy director's wife. So it's every day it's something else. The only way to stop that was for the FBI to come out and say, we're reopening the investigation. That way, you guys have covered the FBI enough. You know that when they have an ongoing investigation, what do they always say? We cannot comment about an ongoing investigation.
But sir,
so this gets them to the election not having to comment.
Let me jump in for a second. How much of an impact do you think that this has on the election? Because like you said, it has been nonstop. I mean, we've been seeing the emails come through Wiki. We've known about this investigation. I mean, in a lot of ways, this is just the latest chapter. And a lot of Democrats are trying to say, this is who, I mean, it's kind of, there's nothing new here. And a lot of people have already made up their mind, and it's not going to have a big impact. That's what Democrats are saying. What do you think?
Well, I think that there are some people that are still making up their minds. They're torn between what they believe are two deeply flawed candidates, and hopefully they will wake up and see, regardless of whether or not one is foul-mouthed, the other is sold off the country in what we used to call treason. If we look at the way in which the Uranium One sale took place and the rewards from the stockholders to the Clinton Initiative and on and on and on. So I hope it will make a difference, because listen, if it doesn't make a difference, if this kind of thing doesn't make a difference, then the United States is hopelessly lost as the republic that Franklin hoped we would keep. So I hope people will wake up.
Yeah.
But listen, one other thing on the evidence of intent that Comey said he couldn't find. I hate it when smart people show such signs of ignorance, but law school teaches the federal doctrine, and I think it's in most every state, the doctrine called spoliation. That is a doctrine that allows the judge, in appropriate cases where evidence has been in the possession of one of the parties and has been lost or destroyed in that party's possession, the judge can instruct the jury that the fact that it was destroyed while it was in this party's hands can be considered by the jury as evidence of intent. It's called the doctrine of spoliation. And, you know, as other FBI agents, I'm sure, mentioned that to Comey, he had to feel a little bit embarrassed that he showed such ignorance when he dropped the case.
I mean, we've seen a lot of other evidence come to light. I mean, when you look through what has been exposed through even the WikiLeaks emails, where you see evidence of a cover-up after the fact, when there's a discussion over the emails that's been demanded that they be turned over, and you see the discussion back and forth in writing, you know, where they say, should we just turn over this? What can we do here?
Yep.
Does any of that come in, given the way that those emails came to light? I mean, you know, you have people on the left that are implicated saying that we don't know where they came from. They could be doctored. They could be made up. We don't know that they're authentic. Can any of that come in?
Yes, and I think the fact that the people who could look at those and look at their own email history and confirm that it is or it is not an email that we have sent, the fact that they're saying, well, we're not confirming, we're not able to actually confirm, tells you that it must be legitimate, because when someone has the ability to confirm or deny for certain that
Yeah.
it is or is not their email, and they say we can't confirm, then what they're saying is we don't want to confirm, but we could tell you if it was not ours. But they run into problems with committing crimes themselves if they say to anyone in law enforcement, that is not my email, when it actually is. So you're not going to see a lot of these people saying, I can absolutely assure you it's not my email, unless it's really not.
Okay.
The fact that they're not saying that, yes, that is evidence, that's indication that it is
Well,
their email.
We'll
They
see what
can't deny
happens
it.
from here. We've only got 11 days to go.
Congressman,
Well,
can
they're
I
not
just
gonna
ask?
indict
Can
her.
I just
Fox
ask you?
Business
Can I
early
just?
this year, they will never indict her as long as she doesn't say bad things about Obama.
Congressman, I just have to ask one question, which I promised the viewers I would ask when you were on. If she is elected, through all this, if she is still elected president, she has the power to pardon herself. If that happens, would Congress move to impeach?
I certainly would, yes.
That's it. Thank you very much, Congressman Louis Gohmert. Have a good weekend, Congressman.
Wow.